Today, we're going to be going through every single unit in Battle Nations based on how good I think they are. I don't want to make this video too long, so I will be skipping through some units. How I'm going to be ranking these units, it's going to be by S, A, B, C, and D. With that being said, let's get straight into this tier listing. The first unit on the list here is the Pelican, and I think the Pelican deserves a rank, honestly. It's good against critters, it blocks other units, it's easy to train, and it kind of does an animation skip. So, Allied Raider Champion, absolutely terrible, god-awful. Jet Ski, god-awful. Powerboat, god-awful. Both of these units cost skulls, and skulls are pretty hard to get. I'd rather put them into Sandworm Ranches or really any other Raider unit, honestly. Riot Truck. The Riot Truck is alright. It's very niche. It's only good in certain situations against obviously like riot missions. Beyond that, it's just not that great. The Young Guppy. Honestly, I really enjoy the Young Guppy. It's super strong. It does damage. Surprisingly, it does damage. I would put this thing in the S tier because you can use it against the Dreadnought for a free-to-play version of trying to take it out. The Kraken Tentacle. Honestly, I think I have to put this in B tier. It is a fantastic unit. The only issue that I have with it is the fact that it has a 3-turn cooldown, which makes it insanely terrible. The Ironclad. Honestly, everyone's looking for the Ironclad. I want the Ironclad. I think it's S tier. It makes the Dreadnought insanely easier. I don't know how it does against the Kraken, but I would think it probably makes it easier as well. Tax-Up. Tax-Up, honestly, to me, is A-tier material. I don't think it's S-tier. You don't absolutely need it, but it does do decent damage to the entire field for naval fights. Earthshaker. Honestly, I have 2 of these. It's not great. There was no point of buying them. Now, when it comes to the Frontier Chucker, it's very situational here because the Frontier Chucker is honestly an amazing unit when it comes to just damage output. It does have a high crit chance, which is fantastic for the unit. And if raiding and occupations come back and it's the same exact way, this unit's going to be fantastic for SP farming. The Allied Skirmisher. Honestly, I don't own this yet, but I've seen a lot of people say it's pretty good. I'll put it in the B tier, honestly. Arsonist is honestly C tier to me. Light Artillery to me is also C tier. Now, when it comes to the Battle Raptor, I actually really enjoyed this unit. I think it definitely gets outscaled a lot, but I do think it deserves to be in the B tier solely because it did hard carry me through the earlier levels. Bazooka Squad, we do get one for free, but honestly, it is a C tier unit. Biogrenader is honestly a D tier unit. This is god-awful unit. Allied Cannoneer is a fantastic unit, and I do have mine pretty high ranked as well. Thing is, it does get outscaled and honestly gets replaced by the Chuckers in general. For that, I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. Heavy Chem Tank. The Heavy Chem Tank is honestly a strong unit. I hated grinding ranks 1 through 3 for this unit, but I currently have it at rank 5, and I'm definitely going to get it to rank 6 for sure. Thing is, I don't think it's absolutely needed. It's not an absolute needed unit, in my opinion. You can get by without it. The Light Chem Tank. Now this is an absolute S tier unit. This is a unit that I would like to see a lot of players mass produce because it is so strong, especially with that second attack as well. This is a spammable unit with armor and it does high damage. Chem Trooper is honestly C tier to me. I have one, but that's only because it's a mission thing. Rangers to me are actually kind of a meh in my opinion. Peacekeepers, I do say, is a tier unit solely because it's mass producible. It has the same amount of HP as basically as a heavy tank, and I'm definitely going to be mass producing these for boss strikes. The Buoy is an absolute S tier unit. I mean, come on. It is something we use in every naval formation, basically. Demo Man is a good unit. I don't use it that much. I didn't really mass produce them either. I've seen a decent amount of players actually rank them up, but it just wasn't worth it. Let's say this one is the Sinister. Sinister, honestly fantastic. I enjoy it. It does high damage. I wish I had one more. I'm going to put it in the A tier. Imperial Dragoon, terrible. Dune Rider, Lightning Trooper. Now, I believe this one is the Lightning Trooper. I don't have any of these ones. I haven't trained them, but they seem okay. They seem all right. For the cost for them, honestly, I think I will have to put them in the B tier. They're good. I haven't used them, but I've seen other people use them, and that's kind of it. Sadly, AA turret, we don't really have any purpose for this one, so it is terrible. Hornet is honestly just C tier. Flame Trooper is a nano unit, and honestly, it does absolutely god nothing. When it comes to the Chainsaw guy, honestly, it's not that great, but I will put it in the C tier. Fire Breather is okay. The Frontier Hunter is all right. Frontier Engineer, I've actually never used yet, but I mean, it's all right again. Frontier Tractor costs nanopods. It's not a great unit, but God, this guy has aura. I'll tell you that. It does have aura, but God is a D tier unit. Frontier Pyro, C tier. The Grenadier, honestly, I think I would have to put this in B tier. It's actually a good unit. I know it gets outscaled insanely by other units, but I also have to think in the sense that this unit is actually pretty good if you rank it up early, solely because of the other attacks you get with it. The Fireworks Truck, absolutely terrible. It costs nanopods, and it does absolutely nothing either. The Gunner. Honestly, I think when it comes to the Gunner, I would say this is an A tier unit. I only say it's an A tier unit because it carried me in the early game. The Heavy Artillery. Honestly, this costs nanopods. It's a C tier unit to me. Gun Truck, honestly, another C tier unit. It has one shot and then really shitty cooldown. Heavy Grenader. Now, if the TF2 units never existed, the Heavy Grenader would actually be a lot better, but solely because the Heavy Grenader is outplayed by the TF2 units, I will still consider it in the B tier because it is a decent unit. The TF2 units just kind of ruin a lot of the other units. Hitman, honestly, C tier, it's not needed. The Heavy Tank, honestly, this is a great free-to-play unit. It's a meat shield, it does damage, I would highly recommend it. The Hunter, absolutely terrible. Humvee, honestly, it's not terrible, we just don't have it in game, we can't get it. Imperial Boar, terrible unit. The Recon Vehicle, honestly, I think this is a high tier C tier unit. Now, if the Recon did have armor, that would actually put it probably in the low tier B. The Juggernaut, here's another troop that is a nano unit, and God, it doesn't really do much. It's a good meathead, I guess, but I think it's a C tier unit. Actually, I changed my mind. I think that's a D tier unit. Joining that unit in D tier is also the Fire Drake and the Heavy Gunner. Both those units are just bad. The Hailstorm, honestly, it's a fun gambling unit, but it is a C tier unit in my opinion. Pyro, D tier unit, does absolutely no damage whatsoever. The Medium Tank, this is a nanopod unit. Now, I do have to put some respect on the Medium Tank's name. I am going to put it in C tier. I would put it in B tier, but it's just not that good because it costs nanopods. But the only difference with a Medium Tank, it has the quickest repair cost, but it is a C tier unit. It costs nanopods and it's kind of garbo. The Tempest, D tier. The Light Tank, honestly, I would put in B tier. It carried me for a good amount of the game. It's a great tank unit, but there really isn't anything special with it. The Armadillo. Honestly, I'll put this in C tier because it's just kind of meh. There's nothing special with it. Yeah, it does spawn a Grenadier after it dies, but beyond that, it's just not needed. The Mini Tank, honestly, B tier. It's a good tank. That's basically it. TF2 Demo Man. This is a unit I would have to put in the A tier solely because it is actually strong, but it's not necessary to have this unit. If you have the extra nanos or you just want to get more units in your lineup, Demo Man is actually pretty strong. The Rocket Truck. Honestly, the gear cost for this is kind of abysmal. I don't really like the gear cost. I only have like maybe 2 rocket trucks, so it's B tier. Mortar Team is honestly a C tier unit. Brimstones, I think I also have to put that in A tier solely because I have 6 of them and they're really strong at R6. I'm definitely planning to use them for boss strikes. Junior Officer is C tier. Ares is C tier. The Ninja Trooper. This costs a lot of nanopods. I believe like 95 nanopods. Here's the thing. I think I have to put it in C tier solely because it does cost 95 nanopods. The Portable Wall. This is an A tier great unit, honestly. The Heavy Recon. I think this also deserves A tier in my opinion. You get it super early and it's a very strong unit, especially if you rank it up to I think rank 3 where it gets triple strike. It is going to be fantastic for you. RPG Trooper, terrible unit. Imperial Peacemonger. I think I have to give the Imperial Peacemonger A tier. The thing is, I am kind of considering it to be B tier, but I will also have to say I'm kind of influenced by the fact that I have seen a decent amount of people grind this unit. It is a strong unit and it has good attacks, but there is a part of me that just feels like it's kind of useless in my opinion. Allied Raider Warrior, terrible. Salamanders, I think I have to put this high A tier, honestly. The Commando, I think I have to put in B tier. We already get one for free. You just don't need to buy another one. If you do choose to rank it up, good on you. War Mammoth is honestly C tier. The TF2 Heavy, I truly do think this is an S tier unit. If you buy it in the early levels, you are going to be flying through a lot of your encounters solely because it just puts so much damage out there. The Young Boar, D tier. Young Mammoth D tier. The Field Agent. Honestly, when it comes to the Field Agent, I kind of have to put it in the S tier. This is all around a great unit. Now, I haven't used the Field Agent in a while, but I know when it comes to boss strikes, I'm going to be using Field Agents to just kind of do damage overall to the board. It has a great pistol attack. It can do damage to the entire field to only vehicles, and it has an attack where it can do damage to all the infantry on the field. And we can't forget that it also stuns as well. The Turtle Sheller. I think this is just a good unit. I've seen some at R6 from other players, but honestly, I haven't got mine to R6. Mine's currently sitting at like R4, and I don't see myself getting it to 6 for sure. The Super Tank, it's an S tier. It's gonna scale with you all the way until endgame. The Young Raptor, D tier. Sandbag Pile. I would have to put the Sandbag Pile honestly S tier solely for the fact that it's so easy to mass produce. When you are at the end for boss strike and you're trying to get a couple more points, using sandbags with the wimps is going to be fantastic. That's at least my plan when it comes to boss strike. The Young Worm. Honestly, when it comes to the Young Worm, if we could get this without needing the Sandworm Ranch, it would be a fantastic unit, but I really do have to put it in the D tier terrible, solely because it costs nanopods, and you could get one of the other units that we're probably going to be doing here later. The Wimp. The Wimp is an S tier unit. It is a fantastic unit. Everyone knows why. Once you get it to R6, it's going to be fantastic. The Tame Sandworm. Now, this does cost nanopods, and I have seen a lot of people use it, but honestly, I'm going to put it in C tier because it does get outscaled by a lot. Lightning Dragoons. I've been really enjoying these units, so I do think I'm going to put them in A tier. R1 Raptor Battleship. I'm going to have to put this one in A tier, and I think at the top of A tier, honestly, because it is a overall great unit. If you don't have M10s, this is your guy. This is literally it. Like, that's the best unit in Naval. The UMG. S tier unit. The Saboteur. Honestly, when it comes to the Saboteur, I would have to put it in the C tier. I didn't use it that much. The Dragon. Terrible unit. Scout Bike. Honestly, C tier. The Ace. Honestly, I would put this in B tier. It has a good amount of different attacks that helps it a lot. The only issue, I think, to me, when I used it a lot, was the health. Destroys are going to go in C tier. The Basilisk. It's kind of a terrible unit. If it could hit the entire field from where it was, it would be so much better. Monster Grouper. I think I do have to put the Monster Grouper in A tier. The M10 Battleship. I mean, this is S tier. Come on. It's obvious S tier. When it comes to the gunboat, C tier. Riot Trooper, C tier. Submarine, C tier. This right here is the Dexter Frag. Now, the Dexter Frag is technically better than the Sinister. I think the only difference is immunities from between like the Sinister and the Dexter. And the Dexter, I think, gets 5 more bravery. I know there's something different with them. So technically, the Dexter is better than the Sinister. I'm just going to put it in A tier with it, but just like a little bit higher. TF2 Scout. Honestly, it's kind of meh. Shock Troopers, if you do rank them up, I do think they're actually pretty good. Sharpshooter, kind of a meh unit. Sniper is also kind of a meh unit. Marksman, honestly, kind of a meh unit. The Mortar Truck, kind of a meh unit. Tank Killers. Honestly, Tank Killers do take A solely because they help us with the AC, and, you know, we spend a lot of time with them. TF2 Soldier. I'm gonna have to put the TF2 Soldier, I think, in like the middle pack of B tier, solely because not a lot of people talk about the TF2 Soldier. I think it does scale pretty high. I have been using it, and it does deliver decent amount of damage. The Meerkat, absolutely terrible. The Trooper is kind of meh. The Unmanned Flame Turret, absolutely terrible. Puma, absolutely terrible because of the medallion cost. It's just bad. But this is my tier list. This is it. I'm not going to do one for a while again. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.